Hello friends, welcome back to Akida. In the previous lecture, we have seen problems based on the permeability. Let us continue the same. A stratified soil deposit has 3 layers of thickness. Okay, Z1 given, Z2 given, Z2 given. And also they have given the permeabilities. And what they're asking? They're asking average permeability perpendicular to the bedding planes. Now tell me, imagine that a stratified soil layer, 3 layers of thickness. Imagine that there are 3 stratified layers. Average permeability, how? Perpendicular to the bedding plane. What is the bedding plane? This is what nothing but one bedding plane. Perpendicular to the bedding plane means like this. So now tell me, the flow is happening vertical or horizontal. So here you have to find out the vertical permeability. Hope you guys know how you can find out. Just imagine the formula. Here you are having 3 layers. So Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 divided by Z1 by K1 plus Z2 by K2 plus Z3 by K3. So here in this question, they haven't asked directly to find the horizontal permeability or vertical permeability. Even though the term is different, you have to understand. Right? Now, what is Z1, Z2? Z1 is nothing but a 4 plus 1 plus 2 divided by 4 divided by K1 2. Z is nothing but 1. KT is 1 plus Z3 is 2. K3 is 4. So how much will get it? 5 plus 2, 7 divided by 4 by 2, 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 0.5, 3.5. So in the what is the final answer? So the final answer will be 2. As they haven't mentioned anything units, so let us don't bother about it. Okay. Move on to the next question. What is the given data? They are saying that coarse sand is more than million times permeable than highly plastic clay. So let us say we have to pick up the correct options. So they are saying that, what do you think? Coarse sand will have more permeability or not? So yes, statement 1 is correct. Then see the second statement. The permeability depends on the nature of soil and not on properties of liquid. Do you agree with this? Do you think permeability is not depending on the properties of the liquids? Tell me what is gamma W. Tell me what is mu. So we know that K is directly proportional to gamma W and inversely proportional to mu. So these two are also nothing but properties of the fluids. So the permeability is not only depending on the nature, but it also depends on the properties of the fluids also. So statement 2 is wrong. Then what about third statement? If a sample of sand and sample of clay have same void ratio, both samples will have the same permeability. Just tell me about it. This permeability is only about the voids in the soil sample? No, it is not. Isn't it? It is depending upon the type of the soil also. It is dependent upon the properties of the liquids also. So option 3 is also wrong. Go to the 4. Permeability of soil decreases as the effective stress acting on the soil is increases. Yes? Do you think or not? Here it is not saying that permeability is only depending upon the effective stress, but if you are keeping on increasing the effective stress, the particles will come close to each other, then the flow will decrease. So option 4 is correct. So what is the correct option? 1 and 4. Now see the next question. 2 observation wells penetrating into a confined aquifer are located 1500 meter apart in the direction of flow. Okay. There are 2 of the letters. This is observation well 1. This is observation well 2. And these 2 are separated by a distance 1500 meter. H ends of a 50 meter and 25 meter are located at 2 observation wells. If the permeability of the aquifer is 30 meter per day, and its porosity is 0.25. The time of travel of an inner trace from one well to the another L. So here, as we have discussed, as the particles are moving one to another place, it is depending upon Cp's velocity. How can I find the Cp's velocity? That is what nothing but a discharge velocity by n. So first, how can I find the discharge velocity? Discharge velocity is nothing but a k into I. So for that, we need to find out the first hydraulic gradient. Hydraulic gradient is nothing but a total head difference divided by length of the soil specimen. So here H is nothing but a heads of 50 meter and 25 meter are indicated at the observation cells. Suppose at the observation, what is the head level if I keep the piezometer? 50 meter. At 2, if I keep the piezometer, 25 meter. Then what is the head loss? Head loss is nothing but a 50 minus 25 over the length of 1500 meter. So what about the head? We can understand here 25 divided by 1500. Then what about the discharge velocity? Discharge velocity V, that is nothing but a k into I. So here k is already mentioned. How much it will be? 30 meters per day. So k is nothing but a 30 meters per day into what is the I value? Just now we have found out 25 divided by 1500. If you solve this, you will get 0.5 meters per day. Now what we need? We need the time. What is the time? Time is nothing but a distance by velocity. How much distance it has to travel? 1500. Then what is the velocity? 0.5 meter per day. Then what is the time required then? It is nothing but 3000, isn't it? So what is the time travel required for interest from one well to another well is nothing but a 3000 days are required to travel from one to another. Okay, these are about the problems based on the permeability. And in the next lecture, let us start a new chapter. Thank you.